Hi, I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. I spend a lot of time insisting that the difference between natural and artificial is entirely artificial. It's an uphill battle because decades of advertising has convinced most consumers that artificial is bad and natural is good. Today I'm going to examine the differences between regular shampoo and one that bills itself as natural. I went into great detail about shampoo ingredients in a video about what's in shampoo, so I won't belabor that too strongly, but I'll hit the important points. Shampoo is a detergent, a long molecule with a water-loving end and a water-hating end that forms a little pocket in water that grease prefers to go into, rather than stay on your hair. Commercially available shampoos contain other ingredients to help your hair retain moisture, to make it look shiny, and to stop bacteria from eating it. The shampoo, not your hair. I have acquired a shampoo from the organic section of my grocery store. The label claims it's 98% plant-derived, but there are a lot of chemically looking words on the ingredients list. It also claims to be SLS-free. SLS, or sodium lauryl sulfate, is the main detergent in pretty much every shampoo on the market today. It has not been shown to cause serious or widespread harm, but it's got a scary sounding chemical name. So in this product, it's been replaced by the very similar chemical sodium lauryl sulfoacetate. They look like this. You can find a number of health and cosmetics blogs saying a bunch of things about these two molecules, most of it wrong. Oh, and remember when everyone got worked up about yoga mat chemicals in Subway bread because apparently one application of a molecule taints it for all other uses? The surfactant in this natural stuff is also used as a laxative. This product also contains a bunch of other chemicals very similar to the ones found in normal shampoo, doing all the same jobs. Because it's 98% plant-derived, it means these chemicals have been obtained by taking various vegetable products, throwing them in a blender, extracting the molecules of interest through chemical means, and then often subjecting those molecules to further chemical processing. Just because a product says all natural doesn't mean it's a bottle of nature's bounty like they want you to think it is. And since a lot of these molecules appear in the regular stuff, it's fair to call that regular stuff plant-derived as well. None of this matters though, because a molecule's behavior is completely unrelated to where it comes from. The distinction between natural and artificial is entirely artificial. The main difference in these labels is the large proportion of botanicals. These are plants that are ground up and thrown in with minimal processing. Rather than isolating specific ingredients for specific purposes, the manufacturers are throwing in herbs, basically. A lot of herbs are believed to have health benefits. For instance, extracts from tea leaves are supposed to be good for your skin. I say supposed to because proper scientific testing has absolutely failed to find any benefits. Herbal additives don't really serve a purpose, except to appeal to people who don't have a good understanding of science. And yes, I know people say it's supposed to be pronounced herb, but there's an H there, and I only drop the H's when I'm speaking sloppily or lazily. Okay, enough soapboxing. It's time for the acid test. My friend Cheyenne has agreed to be the guinea pig for the comparison between regular and natural shampoo. She's just washed her hair with the natural stuff, and she'll tell us what that's like.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne. You can call me Cheyenne. The reason why I chose to use the natural stuff before my regular stuff is because using shampoo regularly actually causes a little bit of a buildup of residue in your hair. So if you wanted to get a true feel for what the shampoo is doing to my hair, I chose to start with a clean slate, so to speak, and use the natural stuff to get rid of any residue from my regular stuff out of my hair. So for the natural stuff, I was using Live Clean Green Earth Daily Care Shampoo. The first thing I noticed before even using it is that it would actually be really great for dyed hair because it is phthalate-free and paraben-free, which is what any hairdresser will recommend to anyone who gets their hair colored regularly. Another thing I noticed that I actually really like about this stuff is that it is animal cruelty-free. It is also plant-derived and the bottle is recyclable, so if you're at all environmentally conscious, it is a great choice. One thing I noticed about actually using the shampoo is that it is very viscous. It's very thick, and it seemed to kind of disappear into my hair rather than get absorbed, so I had to use a lot of it. It didn't seem to create as much lather as what I'm used to, so I felt like I wasn't getting as much, which also may have contributed to me needing to use more of it. It did seem a little harder to rinse out as well. It did leave my hair feeling kind of dry, and it did make it kind of hard to brush out, especially down near the ends. But for the purposes of this video, I haven't been using any hair conditioner, so that may be contributing to that as well. My hair does feel clean, like I said, very dry, but clean, and it has lasted most of the day, and I haven't been noticing any difference in how quickly the oil is building back up in my hair. So it seems to last for the usual amount of time. I'll be back with you in a couple of days after I get back to using my regular stuff. Hi, I'm back. It's been a couple of days and now I've used my regular stuff, which is Pantene Pro-V. So again, I didn't use any hair conditioner because I wanted to see what just the shampoo alone was like. And I was right before. Some of the dryness is due to the fact that I'm not using hair conditioner. However, I did notice with the Pantene Pro-V that there are some conditioning agents in the shampoo because my hair feels a lot more moisturized and smooth than with the Live Clean, the natural product. So I don't actually know how much the hair conditioner is necessary when we use shampoos that seem to have it built into them. Maybe I use it out of habit, who knows? But my hair does feel nice. The ends are still a little dry, so I would normally use a little bit there. I did notice that this does absorb into my hair much more nicely, and I had to use much less of it. And there was a very rich lather, which made me feel better about it for some reason. But all in all, I think I would stick to using the Pantene Pro-V just because I like the way that my hair feels over the natural stuff. But the natural stuff was a perfectly good shampoo. I would just definitely pair it with a very good moisturizing conditioner. And the Live Clean line does sell conditioners to go with their shampoos. Thanks for watching me and thanks for having me. I have been Cheyenne.
Thanks for your help. That's natural shampoo. It's not all that different from regular shampoo, but because it doesn't contain moisturizers or conditioners, it doesn't do as thorough a job as the regular stuff and leaves your hair in slightly worse shape than the regular stuff does. You can find a lot of misinformation online, especially on blogs. These sites will not give you much useful information or insights, except perhaps into the blogger's own preconceptions and biases. The best place to get information on sciencey topics is from scientists, especially scientists speaking about their own specialty. Cosmetics are made of chemicals, even the natural ones, which means a chemist's opinion should carry the most weight. Thanks for watching. I've been Steve.